Welcome to Trading Lounge and the European indices, but I'd like to start with the US indices and the S&P, and maybe we'll have a look at the Nasdaq as well. And the reason for this is pretty much to get our timing in sync as well, because yes, the European markets may just go stagnant like they do. We've seen the US markets move up before, and the European markets they don't normally go down as such, but they just get stagnant of where they are. So, in this case here for the S&P, we've still got to go 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5 to finish the third wave, then an ABC for the fourth, and then up for the fifth wave here. So we've got all this time to carry on here, and this is the same for really the markets that are leading us higher to the Nasdaq here. Same count as well as 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5. So we've still got to finish this one off here, then a wave 4 and then a wave 5 here. So there's still time to go. So when we look at the DAX here on the 1 hour chart, we can see that it's not trending up like the S&P 500, but it's also not moving down as well from this point here. So we're expecting it to move lower, but it will move lower faster if once the S&P 500 and the US indices are also topped out and moving down lower as well. So I just think that we just need to use our noggins a little bit, and of course we're looking at that. We don't want to miss any trend to the downside, but I just don't think it's going to come until the US market finishes its business as well. And it may, it certainly may do. We just need to be a little bit aware of it. So what we decided last week was that we really wanted to see the 13,000 here, which is the closest largest number. We want to see that as a tested resistance. And it's just not that at the moment, is it? I mean, it's basically sitting on here as support. And these points that have come down through here, the breakout's important, but the retest is, well, I think the retest is more important. So basically we would have had, well, I would have had this sitting here for a short trade, then under here, looking for the retest here, and they just kept moving up from that point. And the same from here again as well here. So I think we just leave this here, and we'll look to go short if we can really see that, this has been tested and failed at this point. So I think that using a bit of common sense, we still need to look a little bit higher for the European markets. They may not move very much, or they may just be stagnant, and so on and so on. So we just need to be a little bit mindful of them. There's different ways to count this as well. I always thought this counted, if I take that away here, because that's on our website anyway. So I think that this makes a good B wave here with an A wave here. Just get this into play here. C wave over here. That there, and this here. So basically an A wave here, then an A wave and a B wave, and 5 waves in a C wave here, and then we're looking to the upside here, in this case here. So probably 1 and 2 here. Probably 1 and 2 in here, and probably 3 up here, and 4 here, and 5 up into this space here somewhere. So I'll just put this out. I'll just put these out of the way a little bit here. I'll put that one there. We don't need to put that one there, but we're just not. Do you know what I mean? We're not ready to short this just yet on what we've got here. Just a little bit of caution on this. The AEX is pretty much the same as well here. In this case here, we've got this move up here, and this move back here. This would also be probably be better off sitting off on here, but still, once again, we're looking at 540 here. But even so, it'd be, even if this got weak here and just came and tipped here, we don't really want to go short just because it's tipped that. I mean, that is, if this market went down here, came back, retested here, and then went down from that point, then that would be the short, right? but that's not what happened. So the market just moved up from there. So now we're in a different space here. So we would also need to wait for the next one to come down as well. So if for whatever reasons this came down, it could be shorter than this one over here, or it could be a little bit longer. It doesn't really matter, but we still need it to come down, and we still need it to retest, and then we need it to click down here again. So in this case here, we need to, this is pretty much the same with the DAX as well, so we need that there. I mean, of course, we don't want to miss anything, you know, so all I'm just pointing out is that the US markets have got higher to go. So that does cause a bit of a problem. And this can be counted down as one, because I can see it looks like 5 waves here, and an A and a B and a C here. So it certainly can come down, but we just want to refine that entry here to a bit of a safer space at this stage, okay? So we're not going to miss anything, and it's not worth getting sort of chopped up in the fodder here in the short time. And the FTSE's not far from all of that as well. This is just the 4-hour chart here, looking at the move down through here, and looking for a retest back into the 7,500 here, which is also the 61.8% mark here. So yeah, and off the low here, it does appear that we've got in this little move up here a little bit scruffy, but we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then pulling back 50-60%. We're looking for a little move higher from this now. So just on the hourly chart here, squash that in here. So the move down here, and looking at this as 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 here for the A wave. Looking at this as an A and a B and a C here. This is pretty much how the other European markets can be counted as well in that structure. We had this as our sort of short trade thing here, but once again too, it hasn't failed from there, so we do need to move it over, and we do need to wait for the next spike down if it's going to occur. Okay, so I'm going to put that there, but you know, based on this count from this low here, I've got 5 waves here, I've got a corrective wave here, so I need to look at this market moving up higher into its 50-60% retracement level at 7,500, which will also be in line with the US markets as well. So I think this is our shorting zone up here. So what we could do is you could even, oops a daisy, copy that. Taking those highs out there would create the long trade from that point, because we've moved up, it's come back and retested it, and if it takes that high out on that wave 1 there, then we should be right to go. Not that it's going to be a fantastic move up, but yeah, we'll see. Okay, so really it's using the Elliott wave, it's using the trading levels, and it's using a bit of common sense strategy with this here today as well. So that's what we'll be looking at this week. Alrighty, thanks for tuning in. Cheers.